Let's get to the point. How to know God's will for your life without a single doubt. There are so many videos out there talking about the theory of knowing God's will for your life. And they're all good, but I don't think it's practical enough for me. So let me share with you exactly what you need to know in today's video. As always, Simpleestephen here, simplifying life with the gospel so that you can achieve true success. I believe every single Christian has asked today's question at some point in their life. You have accepted Christ and decided to live for Him, so it is only natural for you to ask God, what am I supposed to do with my life? I am sure you have asked that question many times, but nothing seemed too clear. Well, it can't be any simpler than this. Here are 7 practical tips for knowing God's will for your life, and to save us some time, I use the term life work instead of knowing God's will for your life. The first tip is live God's standard in your life. God does not accept anything below the excellence of His power. We must think to be best because He is best. He does not accept anything lower than best because He is God. Many Christians seem to aim so low when even those in the world who does not believe in an all-powerful God achieve so much. If they can do it, how can we not when we have God with us? So He desires us to aim as high as He can achieve. The second tip is study the perfect guide. Did you know that God already gave us a perfect guide to answer our questions? Can you guess what that is? It's the Bible, of course. Many of us think the Bible is old, irrelevant, and hard to understand, so we rarely read it. I want to tell you nothing is farther from the truth. When I actually started studying the Bible myself, it has answered so many questions I had. And yes, guess what? Including knowing His will. Who would have thought that His words had the answer all this time? The third tip is discover your natural talent. Would you believe me if I told you God already knew your life work before you were born? That He gave you the perfect genes and environment so that you will be prepared for His calling? We often forget that God is very, very smart and gracious. He gave you natural aptitude for the work ahead because He knew what you would do. Now your job is to find what your natural talents are. The fourth tip is develop your capabilities. Not only do you need to know your natural talents, but also develop certain abilities. Your capabilities of having the skills to do something and how well you can do that will open up opportunities. Many times these opportunities will lead you to the ultimate life work. So continue to learn and develop skills daily. Your capabilities will qualify you to a place appointed. The fifth tip is do what you can do right now. I think most people have difficulty doing this. We want to know the far future ahead so that we can live the future right now. I have seen it over and over again. When we only think about the future, we lose the opportunities to grow and actually step closer to the life work. Many times, what God desires is simply doing your best at what He gave you already. I'm sure you didn't want to hear that, but trust Him that He knows what He is doing. Instead of neglecting what is in front of you because you just don't know what the future will be, do what is in your hands. That is the shortcut to knowing your life work. The sixth tip is see the indications of His providence. Sometimes knowing God's will is not about moving forward, but taking a step back to see how God is working. We keep asking God the same question over and over when He might have already given you an answer. We think God is keeping silent. We blame Him for not showing us His will. But trust me, if you take the time to simply listen and open your eyes to see, you may just find the way. It will become clearer as you continue to see how He is working. The seventh and the last tip is trust that God makes the best decision. One of the greatest reasons why God will not reveal His will is because you have not given up your own will. Our own ambitions prevent Him from directing us. Our opinions tune out His voice from telling us. But at the same time, we do want what is best. We tell ourselves we want to do what God's will is. Many times, it's too late to realize that we have been blinded by our own hearts. The only solution is to commit our ways to God from the beginning. Trust in Him and surrender yourself so that He can take the lead. I hope the 7 tips were helpful in knowing God's will for your life. You see, God does not want to keep any secrets from you, especially when it comes to your life work. But He may not reveal everything to you at once. It takes time for you to change your old ways and educate your mind to see life as He does. So please don't say you will never know what God's will is, because it is the matter of when. Live out the 7 tips I gave you today, and I know God will direct you to the best life you can live on this earth. He has done it for me, and He will do it for you. Please share with me in the comments below which one of the 7 tips was helpful to you. And if you need any help, you can reach me through my email, Instagram, Twitter, or whichever platform you like. They're all in my description below. Again, thank you for joining me. I hope it was simple enough to help you reach your fullest potential in this life and beyond. And if you thought this was great, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so that others may be blessed too. See you soon.